sing him gentle, now they sing him like a drum. Like freedom found a body in the final age it come. Not a god or ruin, no, a breaker of the chain. A laugh that it's the wound until the weak can stand again. So I tell the tale of Luffy with the sunlight in his grin. Not as some reckless human, but the boss beneath the skin of an old forgotten promise buried deep in bark and stone. Now walking in a straw hat with a will that feels like home. Sun God Luffy. Why the drums sound older than his years? Why the ones who rule by silence move like men already scared? Was the first Nika just a legend? Was Joyboy the second flame? And did this boy become the third when history called the name? God Luffy. Got destruction, not a tyrant crowned by fear, but liberation with a heartbeat. Even iron wakes to hear. So if the smile looks childish to the men who live by chains, why does every holy structure tremble when that rhythm hits their veins? Harley keeps the scar of worlds, 3 ages in the grain. One where gods and men collided, one where oceans learned pain. One still turning in the dark while the throne pretends it's still. So when Luffy bends the ground to joy that isn't joke, it's will. The first old Nika lives in myth and prayer and slave-born breath. A name they passed in whispers when the law was dressed as death. Then Joyboy caught that same by force and carried it through war. Now Luffy bears the living beat they've been waiting on it for. That's why giants read the mural like a warning and a sign. Why the old machine remembered through the thunder in his spine. Why the past don't feel finished when his white hate freedom runs. It feels like all the buried ages starting to align as one. Sun God Luffy. Why the drums sound older than his years? Why the ones who rule by silence move like men already scared? Was the first Nika just a legend? Was Joyboy the second flame? And did this boy become the third when history called the name? Sun God Luffy. Not destruction, not a tyrant crowned by fear, but liberation with a heartbeat. Even iron wakes to hear. So if your smile looks childish to the men who live by chains, why does every holy structure tremble when that rhythm hits their veins? Government wanted the fruit hidden, mock renamed, denied. Cause the power built for freedom is the thing they can't decide. How to cage, how to plan, how to make it kneel on cue. And Luffy's the worst one for them, he breaks it just by being true. Enies Lobby burned the mask, Sabaody split the lie. Wano heard the drums return and watched the false divinities die. Not because he asked to worship, not because he claimed the throne, but because wherever pain gets cornered he moves like it's his own. That's the part that makes him Nika more than any title good. He doesn't preach liberation, he becomes it where he stood. Feed the hungry, break the collar, crack the wall, embarrass fear. That's why every elder monster turns urgent when his joy gets near. Maybe the first was the legend, maybe Joyboy was the proof, maybe Luffy is the moment when the old vow comes back loose. Not a copy of the dead, not a priest of borrowed son, just the same wild law of freedom, finding one more heart to run. And look what happens when he rises, secret scramble, monster show. He keeps the flowers cold, but even cold things learn to know that a laugh can be insurgent, that a child can turn to scale, that the one who loves the feast the most might be the one who makes kings fail. Limit to the ancient beat and move like memory at hands, cause some rhythms don't die with bodies, they wait inside the lands, inside the books, the bark, the iron, inside the names they tried to drown, till one boy with impossible freedom comes and shakes the silence down. So sing him as Sun God Luffy, but sing the title on his tune, not as a lord above the people, as the light that breaks them through. First in it, the next in Joyboy, now in him the vow runs free. In every chain that thought it only age meets what the age was meant to be. Sun God Luffy. Baby sun is just a word for what the hopeless feel the first time true rebellion's heard. First Nika in the old lost myth, then Joyboy in the drowning flame. Now Luffy with the living drums arriving under all 3 names. Sun God Luffy, not the end but the opening of the sky, the sound that makes the buried future answer back. It's time, so let the mural keep its warning, let the higher. So I sing him with the drums, not as ruin, not as wrath, but as the laugh that makes the broken breathe. The first was remembered, the second was promised, and this one is here.